Welcome, and today we're going to look at eduCommons LTI integration. Here I have a default version of eduCommons set up and ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to import some content into eduCommons. Then we're going to export part of that content into a couple of open source learning management systems. Okay, to start off with, I'm going to go to build a course. And in this case, we're going to do something in the lines of mechanical engineering, thermodynamics. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to Notre Dame's site and we're going to borrow their thermodynamics course using their download IMS package link. I downloaded that earlier, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. Let's give it a course ID ME101, maybe term fall 2013. Okay, so I'm going to go and just really quickly grab my thermodynamics course, upload it as an IMS common cartridge. Okay, so now as the cogs are kind of whirring here, what's happening is eduCommons is going back and it's going to create a department called Mechanical Engineering. It's going to create a course called Thermodynamics, and it's also going to take the common cartridge package, which I have given it, and it's going to put all the content in. So you can see pretty much basically we have the contents of the course from Notre Dame's OpenCourseWare. Okay, so now we have the course. Now say we want to, well, first things first, now say we've done our edits and stuff, I'm not going to do any editing on this course, but say you did your edits and you made it kind of how you wanted to do it. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to come here and we need to publish the course. So I'm just going to really quick run this through the workflow here. We're going to submit it to QA. Now if this had been a real effort here, we would have had somebody looking over the course to make sure it was okay. Once it goes to QA and it looked good, then we can release it for publication, which then puts it in the queue for being published on eduCommons site. Then, of course, we would push the button and publish the content. Okay, now this is important because now I log out of eduCommons. I'm not developing in eduCommons anymore. Now we have mechanical engineering course, thermodynamics, and it's published and it's visible to the outside world. Okay, so one of the things we wanted to do is show how we can use this content in an LMS setting. Okay, and we're going to switch gears here. I'm no longer an eduCommons developer. I'm no longer affiliated with the site. I'm an end user, and I come to the eduCommons site and I say, hey, say I'm a teacher. Okay, I want to be able. This lessons thing is great. I want to be able to use it in my course. I mean, look at this. We have almost a full textbook in here, with really detailed notes and everything. This is going to save me a lot of time. This is what OpenCourseWare is all about, right? Okay, so I'm going to go to my institution, and in this case, let's say, I'm creating a course in Canvas, my instructor. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Settings, add a new app, and let's just use the same title for now. What we need to do is we need to come over here. Remember, I'm not logged in here. I'm going to say, here I am. Here's my site, canvasandpraxis.net. Here's my name, Brent Lambert. And what this is this gives me a chance to say, hey, this is really cool. I am going to use it in So it gives me a chance to, to be able to say, hey, what site it's going to, and I can put in my name and an email, and that way the person who runs this eduCommons site will have a record of not just that an LTI export happened, but they'll have some details about who created it and where they're using it. Okay, so here's my launch parameters. This is great. Now I can come in here, grab the consumer key. Let's grab the secret. Then I can come in here, and in this case we're going to configure it by URL. So we're going to use a configuration URL. Stick it in here. Now go ahead and hit submit. Okay, now that's saved. Now I can come over here to my modules and I can say, hey, in week 1, let's go ahead and add our external tool called lessons, add item. Now if I go and look at that, you can see we have the same page here that's in our eduCommons site. Now it's in our learning management system, and you see this is pretty seamless. You know, we've lost all the eduCommons Chrome around the outside because that's no longer relevant, but the content that is relevant is still here, and you can see we have things like the Creative Commons license that's on it that allows us to be able to do this. You can also see that if I follow the links in anywhere here, they automatically work. Okay, this has seamlessly moved content from eduCommons now into Canvas. Okay, let's do it again, except for this time we're going to change gears here. Now we're going from Canvas to Moodle. Say your institution uses Moodle. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it in Moodle. So I'm going to come here, add an activity, click External Tool, and hit Add. Now I'm going to get this form. Now, first of all, I'm going to need to click on Show More because we've got more things to fill in than just the activity name. But if I call this Lessons again, come back here. Now I'm going to do another LTI integration because, of course, it's a different system. So, Moodle, this is .net, contact name, Brent Lambert. Put in a quick note. There's my launch parameters. Let's get ready to copy these over. So the first thing is consumer key. Stick that in there. Then I'll need the secret. Stick that in here. Then this time we're going to use the launch URL because that's what Moodle wants. Stick that in there. Now let's save and display. Now you can see we've done the same thing. Here is our lessons. You know, it looks very much like our lessons site that was here in eduCommons that came originally from Notre Dame, of course. But now it's in our Moodle instance, and the same thing here. You know, now I can go look at all the chapters. I can use this content. Now, it's important to know that this content is coming directly from eduCommons. It's not copied into your LMS. It's actually referencing eduCommons directly, and I can show that really quick because if I come in here, if I log in, I come to this page that it's referencing, and I come in here and maybe just put something in here like testing. Okay, I'm going to save this. Now remember, this is already published, so we're going to see this, but you know, now I can log out. Just to make sure, let's go back. Okay, see it's changed here. So we have updated content here. Now to prove to you that this is actually referencing the eduCommons page, I'm going to do an update here, and you're going to see, look, there we go. Our change is in there. Okay, if I come here, again, let's go back and reload. Now you can see there's the changes here. So this is a very powerful tool. What it basically does is it allows you to leverage your eduCommons site and the content that you're putting in the site within your classes in your institution's LMS. Now, if you're not using Moodle or Canvas, then you may also, what you may do is check to see if your institution's LMS supports LTI integration. And if it does, then you just do the similar thing that what we did here before. With an LTI integration, you copy the key, the shared secret, and the launch URL into the parameters when you're setting up your external tool in your LMS that supports LTI integration, and everything should just work the way we've seen here. Now, there are a few differences between how you set up and do an external tool within your LMS, but that should be supported by your LMS provider and in documentation and instructions. Well, thank you for listening. I hope you find this useful, and we're really excited about this new feature, and I hope you are too. Thanks for your time.